Hello, hello. All right, let's see what's going on with you today. What's going on with this collective? Makita, she who sees, and Hana. So Makita and Hana. She who sees and she who listens. And straight away I was hearing a therapist. Maybe that's your education, but I more feel like this collective, you're an empath, you understand others. Maybe people, it's very easy for them to open up to you, like strangers in the store or something. You just bump into them and you start talking and they start telling their life story to you. I feel like you have this very understanding aura. It's like you are able to see other people's behavior. Maybe you're very interested in psychology. I'm also hearing true crime. Maybe you listen lots of true crime podcasts or something. And it's not because you are fascinated about the evil things. It's more about the psychology. It's just interesting because it kind of gives you the contrast. And without light, there isn't darkness, and without darkness, there isn't light. It's like the opposite forces need to exist, and both of them aren't good or bad in a way, because there's always something to learn. Right, collective? You understand what I mean? And I feel like with these themes, it's listening to these opposite stories or listening to people's life stories, it kind of gives you, it's like you take yourself out of that box. You are able to see more. And it gives you a perspective with your own story in a way. I'm also hearing that some of you just bought some furniture that you are now, building together, or you just built something, or you need to build something where you need to use power tools. Let's take one from this deck. But it can be also, symbolic to maybe build something with the knowledge that you have. I'm also hearing that some of you like to listen stories about kings and queens, that you're into that royal history thing. The earthworm. And isn't it funny, when I was shuffling these cards, when I was preparing myself for this reading, this actually came out from the box when I lift the cards. This was the card that flew out. And I always see this card as in symbol of you not seeing yourself, and maybe you've gone through lots of painful lessons in this life, always feeling like an earthworm. But it's about not seeing your own worth, even though I feel like this collective, you have shifted it, because it says clarity. And the selenite crystal here, you've been healing. Let's read that earthworm. The humble earthworm breaks down organic material and aerates soil, serving an essential function in the health of plants. Without the earthworm's work, the soil would be too heavy and lack the oxygen roots need to thrive. Additionally, the organic matter wouldn't be as well blended in the soil. The earthworm card reminds you that some essential work is happening under the surface in your life. Nature is bringing you closer to your goal. It also just suggests that it's time to confront what troubles you. Consider breaking down big emotions into less intimidating, smaller chunks that are easier to digest and understand. And the reflection is, what can you do to help yourself when you feel overwhelmed? Yeah, this is confirming me the energy that this collective, you listen to other people's story, you listen to other people's problems, and I feel like you give great advice. You are able to see outside of the box, but when it comes to you and your emotions, and when you are feeling overwhelmed, it's like you are in the box and you can't find your way out. So with this, I feel like there is something within, an emotion or an overwhelm that maybe you've been questioning lately. What is this feeling? And it's like you kind of know it, but you can't still get hold onto it. That where is the root of this overwhelm or this emotion? So what's the emotion or the overwhelm that this collective is going through right now that they cannot see or can't see the root cause for it? Oh my, anger. Number 28 and the bee or the wasp. I think this is a wasp. Maybe you just got stung by a bee or a wasp, or you made some kind of cleanup maybe in your house or in your cottage or in your shed, and you found a bee's nest or something. I feel like this anger is something that is buried deep within. I feel like you kind of know that it exists, but you don't know the root cause. This is something that's been in you for years. It's not something that just has happened lately. Maybe there's been a trigger that ignited that anger, and maybe you thought it was the situation or the person, but it's something rooted in you. And if you think about triggering, if you know something to be true in you and somebody says something, this is an example that I often use, that if you know that you have, let's say, black hair, and there's a person who's saying nasty things at your blue hair, you would be questioning that, what the hell? I don't have blue hair. So you don't take it personally, because you know the truth is that you have the black hair, right? So if something triggers you, so there is an uncertainty, a trigger point in you that is ignited for you to see the truth of yourself. Let's take one more. One more. Maybe you just ate berries. Or see berries for breakfast or brunch. Self-love, exactly. There is something in you that you are not seeing correctly. Maybe it's to do with you being the psychologist, you giving advice, you're very wise and you can see outside of the box, but you cannot see yourself outside of the box. Maybe you're questioning really how wise you are, or are my advice even good, or am I even helping anyone? The earthworm energy. You're not seeing your self-worth in a way. Number 41 in that. Let's take one more. New beginnings. So there is a new beginning, a new cycle. But before that, you need to heal and purge this anger energy, the earthworm energy. Anger. The owl. So you're very intuitive, very spiritual, psychic. You can see through the facade, you can see people's ego, the patterns and so on. But this, what you are going through, you cannot see. You are very observant. And most of the time you know what's going on. It says explore the unknown, and I feel like this is an area that you don't want to dive in. What's the earthworm? 16A with that. This is my unhealed masculine energy. One more for that. 28A. The tree. They are wanting you to evolve your wounded masculine energy. This is the energy of lacking harvest season. So whatever you've been doing, it's the energy of that hamster wheel, grinding, doing more, making plans. This doesn't work, I need to do this. And you've been just doing. It feels for you that you are not taking big enough steps, whatever this is. And maybe you're giving hard time for yourself because of this. Maybe taking one day off is very hard for you because you feel like you're lazy and you're not productive. But it also gives me the energy that, yeah, you give good advice to others, you help others, but it's like there's no one helping you. Like you are wanting maybe a partner or a friend who is at the same level of wisdom, of same level of that out of the box look that you would like to connect with. Let's take one more for that. The Eiffel Tower. In these both cards it says from the past and past lives. So I feel like the past is the anger. There's something that you haven't discovered about yourself just yet. It says institution and education. So the psychologist, the therapist, the healer kind of energy. Maybe you have your own company and you are doing this solo, you are doing it in your own way. I feel like you are not in the societal hamster wheel to say. You are different from the masses, and that's why maybe if you've been growing your business or your career, it's very hard to get that level of success in a time that maybe you would in the societal hamster wheel. Right, collective, you will understand what I mean by this. So you are creating a new pathway. Self-love. Ladybug. A vibrant, abundant life. Happy, comfort. Wishes are coming through. True. Good health, balance, birth of a daughter. Maybe this is something that you've been questioning. One more. The beaver, exactly. Things work against you, but persistence pays off. Everything I've been saying here. The new things on the horizon, determined repetition and making dreams real. So whatever you are doing, whatever you are creating, it's something different from the masses. And it's been a long road and the industry is cold. That Fergie song, Glamorous, came through with that. I feel like the harvest season is coming, but it's not coming in a time that you think it should be coming. And this is something that you might be feeling frustrated with. And maybe because of that, you might have been maybe short-tempered with people. You'd be saying that you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to push more, or it's just your self-control or whatever. It's like you're frustrated maybe with a person or people that they are not putting in the work. but it's actually coming from this energy that you have done so much and you're not seeing the fruition from that, and you're getting frustrated. Yeah, the fireworks was here also. Exhilaration, excitement, explosive. And I feel like this is the thing with you. Whatever you are doing, maybe you're getting new ideas, then you do and execute the ideas, and it's just kind of lame. It doesn't give you that explosion that you might have thought that it would give. And it kind of hits you all the time, the beaver energy. Things work against you. And it's like you're kind of losing hope that, am I even good enough? The earthworm energy. The snake was under the deck. Maybe this is your energy in a way that if you've seen your colleagues or other person maybe online that they hit the explosive button and got lots of views or followers, or that colleague get the promotion or whatever, it's like it's triggering the jealousy. And I don't think that you really are jealous. I think and I feel like you really want good for everyone, but it's yet again, it's triggering that anger. The rabbits, new beginnings. The new beginnings was here also. The next card I wanted to clarify for. Wish. Wish card. Wishes do come true. Peace, miracle, dreams. Feeling blessed, hopeful, falling in love. Inspiration. But there's the red herring. Misleading information. This is the anger. Let's see this anger. What is this anger in this collective's energy? The lack of forward movement. The repetition, the hamster wheel. You're putting in the effort, but you are not moving on. You're not moving forward. Yeah, something to do with your career, definitely. Not hitting that amount of abundance or success that you know deep down that you deserve and what you want. Yeah, from childhood. Page of Pentacles. Devil, the shadow self. Something toxic, something scary. Another page, maybe something to do with your siblings or friends. This is also giving me the energy of someone who never apologized. So maybe that's a sibling or a friend. What's the devil? Seven of Pentacles sideways. Someone not believing in you, making fun of you. One more. I'm also hearing that you are different. Like, let's say that your friends collected, I don't know, Pokemon cards or whatever you collected in your childhood, but you didn't go with that boom of collecting whatever it was. You collected plants, or you collected stones, or something very different from the others, and they made fun of you because of this. And it makes sense if you're doing something with your career that isn't the norm. That would make totally sense, right? I got chills with that. And every time I get chills, it's a strong energy. So it's going to drop pennies for the right collective. Let's see what other energies come. The Hierophant in reverse. So some of you grew up with with a very religious family. The religion was somehow kind of punishing you. The son, the religion didn't let you thrive. But it also tells me about family traditions and structures that didn't allow you to be you, didn't allow you to shine. So maybe your parents didn't let you participate in some hobbies or participate in a school that you wanted to go, or whatever it is, or the career you wanted to, pursue. I'm also getting the energy that some of you were afraid of your father. It's like for some of you, your father wasn't emotionally available, so maybe you didn't know what your father thought about you, or your father didn't kind of pay attention to you. Maybe this is something that you are still kind of, in subconscious mind, you are still searching the approval of your father in a way, wanting to make your father proud. That's why maybe when you were a child, you worked very hard to get those good grades, or you worked very hard to clean the house and keep everything nice and neat. But your father maybe never noticed. Or maybe it's something to do with addictions and toxicity. Devil. The Ace of Pentacles tried to come out, and the Lovers is in reverse. Lack of money in the family. Maybe that's a money block. Maybe you are very, very strict with your money. You don't want to spend your money. You always look in the prices and doing the, that which one is better to buy, because you are trying to hold on to your money. Run into the stores that has sales and stuff like this. Money block. You are afraid to use money, and maybe some of you, when you go to see your bank account, you always like, oh my God, what's the number going to be there? And it's giving you the anxiety. So that's a money block. Money block. Yeah, 9 of Wands. The fear and the wounded warrior energy. Lovers, 7 of Cups, and the deception, betrayal, lies. This might have been manifested in your love life. So your partner was kind of similar to your own father, or also maybe similar to your own mother. And I feel like you've always felt like you're an option, that you are not good enough. Yeah, there was the 2 of Cups behind the 7 of Swords. And the 7 of Wands. It's like you always needed to work for love. You always needed to prove your worth. You wanted to be prioritized. I feel like you've been busting your ass off with love and everything else just to be seen, just to be proven. But the thing is that you need to see yourself. Choose self. I feel like you've been doing this, but there's this one thing, that you are not seeing correctly. I want one more for the 7 of Cups in reverse. Three of Swords. This reading needs a deep dive, so I will extend this reading on my Patreon. I want to dig in to the root cause of this money block, success block that you have, and it's tied to your love situations too. I also want to have more information about the friends, and then I want to see what is going to move you forward and what awaits for you. So if you want to see the extended episodes, I welcome you to our Star Club community in Patreon. The link to my Patreon you can find on my website, beautifulalien.com. So go check it out now, and I'll see you there.